My whiskey of the year is the Old Ballantrae. So if the only reason you've clicked on this video is for that piece of information, you may go and do other things with your night now. We'll be coming back to why that is my put forward for this year, but I just thought it was a bit boring and hackneyed to be like yammering on about a load of shite that no one cares about for 20 odd minutes just to get to the bit that everyone clicked on the video for. So yeah, cool. My watch time's probably going to tank, but you know what? You're welcome. So we're going to be talking about a few whiskies today, and we're going to be talking about why that's the whiskey of the year just gone. How everyone else does it is they go, hey, this is my nomination for the year going forward. And I've never really understood that concept, because you're kind of writing the year off before it's even started in a lot of cases. It's an odd, strange thing. I mean, you can still go and buy this next year, but I'm not, you know, saying, right, cool, this is the whiskey for the entire year, so everything else is dead to me. I mean, I'm not convinced that's what other people are doing either, but I don't know, it doesn't make any sense in my head to do it that way round. I'm just getting the dust off one of these bottles, actually. I didn't realise that was in such shoddy condition. I think Mo's been malting on this one. Right, where to start? We've covered a lot of, well, hello everyone and welcome to John Drinks, the channel where I, John, have a drink. I'm damp at the minute because I just walked home in the rain, so that was fun. Yeah, it's been a minute, hasn't it? It's been a hell of a Christmas. I always end up taking over sites for Christmas. It's always fucking Christmas. It's like my expertise is becoming the new manager just as Christmas kicks in. It's the worst fucking time of year to come on board. And this is literally the 4th time now that that's happened to me. It's so exhausting. It's the worst time to take a unit over. But hey, we got through it and we're better than the last guys, so hey, what are you gonna do? Cool, so sorry, I'm just fiddling with my microphone here, there's a lot of wires. I'm sitting closer because I still haven't taken the Halloween decorations down. So I'm hoping that the background blur, it's not worked, has it? You can still see, like, I mean, there's a fucking skull up here. Look at him. Look at that. Oh god, what was that? Nothing important. Okay, cool. Let's get started with a shit bottle this year. This is a bottle that I'm disappointed by. I mean, you might be surprised to hear that, given like how little is in it, but I've been firing into it slowly but surely, and it's gotten better with a bit of air in there, but it's never kind of reached what I was expecting from it. So this is a Carnmore bottling of a Dalmun. It's a vintage 2012, and it's been finished in a Sauterne cask, which, very exciting. I love Dalmun, I love Sauterne. Put them both together, you should be on to a clear winner here. This bottle, the best way I can describe it is it takes both and has the redeeming features of neither. Not the refeming features, the redeeming features of neither. It's bizarre, it's kind of just absent of character, which you wouldn't expect from quite a characterful malt in the form of Dalmun and a really pretty heavy overcoat wine, which is Sauterne. It's a 9-year-old of no great excitement. It's all right, you know. I mean, like, you know, if you gave that to somebody as part of a flight, they'd probably go, "Oh, that's rather nice, yeah." But I don't know. I was just expecting a lot more. I think this is a case of don't meet your heroes, because I was expecting a lot more than it could probably ever deliver. But that kind of stands out as kind of like, the first few as well were just rough. They were rough going. It's 47% liquid this, so it's not, I mean, it's not the weakest, but it's definitely not, you know, like a gas strength or something where you'd be like, oh yeah, no, that's got a bit of diesel to it. What else? Oh, we should talk about Lindores, shouldn't we? Let's do a Lindores quickly. This is the one that I liked so much, I ended up getting a bottle. I used a different auction site for this, and I ended up getting quite heavily burned, because I put in for 3 lots, didn't notice that one of them was coming from the EU. Don't know what you know about import taxes, but they can, I mean, I got the bill and I was like, that's not happening. I'll write the bottle off. Fuck it. Like, that's ridiculous amounts of money. So I ended up getting 2 out of the 3 bottles. The third one was a Ledaig from the 80s. And it's my own fault. I'll hold my hands up and say it's my own fault. I didn't pay attention, and you have to pay attention when you're doing auctions, and this is what happens when you don't. 'Don't. So learn from my cock up. But this is not that. This is a 9-year-old of no great excitement. It's 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 a 9-year-old of no great ex the exclusive cask, the 585. Juicy and gorgeous. I haven't opened it yet. I will be, because it is just... It doesn't have any value as like a resale whiskey or anything like that. I know this because I got it from a resale website for a pretty good deal, ultimately. I think less than what it's currently available for. Love it when that happens. And then you've got commission and stuff on top of it, so, you know, it kind of came out sort of the same in the end, so did I really save anything? Yeah. But you know what? It's a problem with bidding. Sometimes you just get invested. The colour on this is phenomenal, obviously. They've released a cask of Lindores since, an Oloroso butt, which is maybe half a hue lighter than this. Sorry, I'm also really tired. I don't know if you can hear that. But it's a lovely one. I'm stocking this at the Blazer at the moment. Not this, the casks of Lindores, and it's going down really well. That and the fallow edition of Loch Lee, which is beautiful. Not Ralphie, the other one. Roy. It had to happen sooner or later. Somebody had to mix them up. And I'm glad it was me, because it's very on brand. He was mentioning that, you know what, we've stopped saying that a lot of the new distilleries are good for new whiskey. They're just good. Can't disagree. Gorgeous stuff. What else have we got? See, this is the padding that you don't have to wait through because you know what's coming. Sort of like, I mean, it works for Captain Pike in Strange New Worlds. So it'll work for this, right? That's right, yeah? Yeah, cool. Well, I'm nearly at the runner-up, actually. No, I'm not. Here's one that I don't think I've ever covered on this channel, which I'm a little bit surprised by, actually. It'll be coming at some point. It's a Talisker. Talisker Portree. Now then, this isn't in the new livery. Now, I don't know if this is migrating across to the new livery or if this is getting retired. I really hope this is not getting retired, because I love this stuff. There's plenty of things wrong with this liquid. Talisker's bottling strength is a weird one. It's 45.8, which is very strange. It's like, why that specifically under 46? That's the kind of bottling strength I would put on a bottle if I really wanted to fuck off the whiskey community and just be like, oh, what are you going to do? You're going to whinge about it not being 46%, 0.02%, no, 0.2%, I should say. That's the kind of dick move that I would do, just to kind of like, you know, dangle. Yeah, is it a baller move? I don't know. I kind of like the idea that it might be. But the entire range is that. That's Talisker strength. So presumably they can fire back with, oh, it's that specific strength because we found that's the sweet spot. I mean, it's Diageo, so that will be bollocks. But hey, yeah. Talisker. Do you know what? I've got time for Talisker. I like Talisker. I like the Talisker 10. Sky has its place. Storm. Do we still talk about the 18? I didn't think so. But the Portree. Lovely stuff. This is what I describe as a schizophrenic malt and a everlasting gobstopper of a whiskey, in that it's one of the few that I've come across where it just kind of constantly changes on your palate. And I've had it a few times and I've found that to be the case each time. It goes through kind of like a sweet, a savoury, a saline, back to sweet again. It kind of goes all over the place. It's like vegetable components, but it's distinctive changes. I was thinking of like Alice in Wonderland with this whiskey because it's constantly kind of going through a metamorphosis. And I've gotten a few folks on it and they've all kind of been like, actually, yeah, you're not wrong. I've also been discussing the Bladniker Linter with people. I've been stocking that recently. Costs a pretty penny because the bottle costs a pretty penny and we do 35 mils. And I've said to a fair few of them, look, just to give you a heads up, I've thought of this as pizza whiskey. And some people have tried it. I was like, we don't completely agree, but we see where you're coming from. And that's fun, you know. I could report back and be like, oh yeah, they all agreed with me, look how great I am. Nobody has outright agreed with me on that one yet, which to be honest I'm kind of glad about, because that would be a strange thing for a bottling to have. But they have kind of noted that, like, yeah, there's some interesting notes there which maybe pizza adjacent, as one guy said. Yeah, it's fun showing this. This is all over the place. I'm soaked don't know if I've mentioned that yet. Now then, Ledaig, the Sinclair series. This is their Rioja cask, and I've got to say, actually, in the light, that is a stunning colour. That is good. I don't think I've ever held one of these before. That is just a beautiful... It's red cola in a bottle. It's a gorgeous colour. I am slowly getting to grips with this one. When I last commented on it, I was like, no, I don't really get it. And I'm still more along the lines of, I don't really get it. But I'm coming round to it. Now, I don't know if that's just maybe because I'm kind of like, maybe I should just conform. But yeah, I'm not as puzzled by it as I was before. As you can see, I've had a few drops out of this now. I should say as well, I didn't buy this with my own money. It also wasn't provided. It wasn't like Ledaig went, you will fucking love this or else. Although if you want to force whiskey down my throat, Tobermory, feel free. This was a birthday present, which was very exciting, very well received. I got the card, I got the chocolates, and then I pulled this out. I was like, guys, you've gone too far. And they were like, it's on sale. I was like, it's still a bottle of whiskey though, lads, come on. But very gratefully received. And you know what? I'm enjoying it a fair bit more than the Dalmun. Actually, interesting. There's a nosing component I hadn't come across before. Daffodils. Am I alright? Probably not. Yeah, daffodil whiskey. Yeah, sure. Let's bring 2023 in that way. This is a bit ranty, isn't it? Right, we'll come up to second place now, and we'll just fucking box this off. And I'll talk a bit about some of the whiskies that I'm going to be bringing out next year. I say bringing out, some of the reviews that are going to be happening. Some of them are going to be the Advent videos that I just couldn't get boxed off. I did pre-record some. There was some smarmy cunt who was like, oh, that's why you record it all in one day. Right. Not Ashens. I have a liver that I would quite like to look after. Tosser. Honestly. Anyway, where were we? I've had to deal with a lot of wankers over the last couple of months, so I've just gotten used to just being like, mate, you're being a cunt, fuck off. And they take it one of two ways. Either they whinge about it, stomp their feet and leave, or they leave, and then come back, stomp their feet and whinge about it. None of them have gone peacefully yet, strangely enough. Anyway, in second place is a blend. Now then, you're all expecting Campbelltown Lock, aren't you? It's not. It's not even close to that, actually. I was late to the party with this one, quite significantly. Then the last pub I was working in, they had it on board as their house whiskey because there was some sort of like corporate handjob deal in the background. But as corporate handjobs go, you can do worse. Which is why I'm talking, because I mean, I'm not affiliated with that company anymore, like at all. So, I mean, I could say what I like about it. So the fact that I still say that this is fucking stunning stuff. You know, they did good. The lads did good. This is Black Bottle Island Smoke, the experiment number 2. I suppose it's fitting, really, that we go from Ledaig to these guys, same owners. 46.3%, this one. Now then, this one, I believe, is non-chill filtered, but it is coloured. Which is something we'll be coming back to, actually. Maybe that's my sweet spot. Black bottle, smoky, with colouring, because the Old Ballantrae also coloured, sadly. Yes, it's beautiful. This is absolutely stunning stuff. It's like salted caramel fudge in whiskey form. It's absolutely fucking delightful. And everyone that has had it has been knocked away. The other one, oh, it's got some dumb name, like Double Cask or something like that. It's a very forgettable name. The interesting thing with that is that they've done a secondary maturation for the grain. They've matured that in red wine casks, which I thought was very interesting. And the payoff is a little limited. It's a bit sweet, a little... It's not got as much going on as this one. This is absolutely the star of the show. This was, up until about a month and a half ago, this was the whiskey of the year. Like, this had won it. And probably sitting there being like, what? So many reasons. For starters, fantastic flavour. Very affordable, which is important at the minute, because everyone's skinter than ever before. there is the beginnings of an integrity bottling, so much so actually that they have responded to comments from this. There is a second release, a third and a fourth release. There's the Andean Oak, which is in the purple label, and there's the Smoke and Dagger, which is in a dark blue label. And I'll actually be doing a head-to-head of this in the new year, the old versus the new, because this actually you can't get your hands on. Well, you can still get your hands on it, but this is being retired in favour of number 3. So I'd be curious to see if number 3 is better or worse, to be honest, because if they nailed it first time, then... do you know what, I'm a little surprised that they wouldn't make this a permanent line, because everyone who has tried it has been like, holy shit, that's really fucking nice. And yeah, really late to the... They didn't approach me when they were doing their advertising rounds. There's a few, YouTubers online who, they just get all the freebies and they say nice things in return for it. And fair enough, pays well. But yeah, I got left out of that because I speak my mind, for better or for worse. I speak my mind. And it turns out they should just trusted their product, because actually I'd said perfectly good things about both of them. So yeah, have a little confidence, lads, next time. Yeah, also this one, the Scottish Whisky Masters Spirit Business Master 2021 says a little sticker on the shoulder there, which is very exciting. It's also just a very pretty bottle, and it's just a beautiful... if you're looking for something with a bit of smoke and a little bit of sweet, this is there. Right, we should move on to Le Whisky du Anal. No. Yeah. Anyway. Old Ballantrae. Why am I talking about this? Well, for a simple fact that no other cunt seems to be. And I don't get it. I'm genuinely kind of lost now on this. Let me tell you for why. As previously mentioned, I started a new job. Now then, I'm enjoying it. It's exhausting, because there's always some bullshit. There's always something that happens. Things breaking, people coming down sick. There's a thing that you must step up and fix. And I'm not whinging too much, because to be fair, it's the job, it's literally the gig. Would I like it to happen a little less frequently? Absolutely, because it seems to be every week at the minute, but we'll get there. I stocked this as part of the initial stock-in for the Blazer. We're on our third bottle. We've been open for two and a half months. The only other thing that we've sold out of the cigar malts Tom and Talbot. That's because we had a load of Americans in. And the Balvenie 12, because all the regulars drink it. But that's about it. There's not very many bottles I can think of off the top of my head that we have finished. So for us to have finished 2 and be on the third one, why? Basically, Lagavulin loss is these guys' gain. This hits a lot of similar notes as Lagavulin, in my humble opinion. There's probably going to be people in the comments right now screaming like they're completely fucking different. What are you talking about? Fair enough. There are some differences on paper. For starters, this is higher strength and it's non-chill filtered, so a couple of wins straight there. Obviously, Speyside peat as opposed to Isla peat, although actually I'm not 100% certain what the peating reagents are at Lagavulin, so it might be like fished out of a fucking dead whale's arsehole or something, knowing them, but yeah, I'm surmising with that one. Peat Speyside, that seems like a misnomer in a lot of people's heads. So a lot of people have come in and been like, oh, either they wanted a smoky whiskey or they wanted a Speyside, and we've gone, okay, cool. Do you want something that's a bit good value for money? Because this is not unaffordable by any stretch of the imagination. Current pricing for this is around about the £42 mark. No age statement. Okay, yeah, you might have a wobble about that. How's your Kilcoman going down, by the way? But it just works on a level. I mean, the reason I have a bottle is because I tried some at a bar and I was like, holy shit, that's lovely. The reason this is my whiskey of the year is that I have dispensed it to people. when they have asked for something smoky, and they have been floored by it. The number of comments that I've had back about this being not just a, oh yeah, that was quite nice, being a, holy shit, I had no idea about A, it existed, or B, that it could be that nice. Had a group of, the last guys who finished the bottle, there was a group of 3 elderly men, and they drank Lagavulin 16 for the past like 30 odd years, and I was like, I don't have it. And if I did have it, I'd have to charge you a pretty penny for it because the price of it's gone up. And one of the big appeals of Lagavulin 16 historically has been, it's been cheap for a 16-year-old. No more. So I said, but I've got this on the shelf. Would you like to try some? They ended up having 4 nips each across 4 rounds. And I said to them, like, you know, if you're not liking that, I've got the black bottle on the bar. I've got Ledaig. I've got the Laphroaig Sherry. I've got Laphroaig 10. I've got loads of options for you. So, you know, let me know and we can come up with something else. Stuck with this, polished the bottle off. Tourists have loved it. Locals have loved it. Regulars have loved it. I haven't. The only people that haven't enjoyed it have been people that have wanted to give it a go and realised that they are not about smoky whiskies. But that's more of a dislike of the nature as opposed to the whiskey, if you will. I'm going to put out a question. Is there a reason people are ignoring this? Because I have to know at this point. Because I'm just confused. More than anything else, I really am just confused. Because you get it with things like this, like Speyburn 15, that's the latest toy in the box, isn't it? That's the new one where it's kind of like, you know, oh, it's a bargain for what you get him. And I've tried it. That'll be coming up in the new year as well, because I thought, well, you know, any bandwagon's worth jumping on board, isn't it? It's nice stuff. I prefer this. There's going to be a video coming, it's going to be the New Year special, actually, because we've covered all the Old Ballantruans now on the channel. Or have we? But yeah, let me know down below what your thoughts are on this. What is your whiskey of the year? Had some guesses come up in the last video I published. Some interesting guesses, actually. I was excited to see kind of what direction everyone went in. Surprised this didn't come up, actually, because I'm a well-known fan. And actually, the more I thought about it, the more it just made sense. I mean, this I put this forward a couple of times for the Oswars. Didn't get picked up. I will say quickly as well to Tom and Tal, should anyone be watching this, shout about this a bit more. You're churning out good liquid. All you need to do is start talking about it. You've done the hard work already. And trust me, because I've been doing a bit of legwork for you lads, people are responding to it, and people are liking it. So there we go. Whiskey of the Year 2023, Old Ballantruan. Have a lovely rest of 2022, or at the very least, let's hope it doesn't have too many more surprises for us. Another 20 odd hours at the time of recording, so how much worse can it get? Right, cool. I'm going to go and try and make the most of what is left of my day off, having been into work today. And, I don't know, do some drinking or something, so I'll do that. I shall see you guys in the new year. Thank you very much for watching, and do join me next year, where I'll be drinking something else. I nearly forgot my outro then. It's been a while. Ooh.